Hello? Hey there, how's it going? Um, it should be open. I'm not sure why I'm getting my feedback right now. Let me try clicking around and see what happens.
Hey, Nick.
Laura, you there? Mark and I are in the meeting,
Okay.
and I clicked the link from the agenda you sent out the other day, and it brought me to this meeting. Um, oh wait, sorry, these are the minutes. Where is it? Saturday, 5/16. Agenda. Okay, yeah, you sent out a different link. Yeah, so you had it right for the February one.
Yeah, that's what I usually, um, would, would you send out a link? No, it doesn't come from my email.
Why don't
I could send out an email now, but, I'd like to have the link, like, right in.
I can leave both meetings running and just let folks know who join. I don't know which one's correct now, but yeah, I can just tell like right now, it's just Mark, I don't know, and Bill Moore is joining. So yeah, we're split between these two meetings.
Bill
Um,
Moore just showed up.
Some way are joining, they might be joining from the website. I just want to get the right link so I can. But I don't know where that is now. Okay, right.
right.
Yes, I will.
Um, yeah, the correct link was on the meeting minutes.
It's a link, it doesn't tell me what, say, like, with the. Sorry for the number drive. Oh, on the minutes, it shows the 420, and the 420 but that have that, I mean, so let me see, I'm gonna copy that, I'm just gonna put it right in an email. to Everybody. Actually, let me double check to make sure, so I'm gonna join from the minute, but
Okay.
that's really weird. That's different. Yeah, okay, now I'm with you guys,
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Laura.
bye. Okay, bye.
Okay.
I don't think we got the going.
What happened, Nick?
I can't even hear you guys for some reason. Sure.
Well, it won't go into my email as a link. No, it goes in as a,
What if you right click on the link and hit copy URL?
like someone would have to copy it into a URL. I wonder if you can, send me, the right link.
Sure.
I should be able to, I wonder if I can get it from the website. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Jessica. Hey, no.
Let me update that.
Who was that?
Everybody else that has the interest rate.
I can ask them real quick. Hey, how did everybody join
Leslie,
this
how
today?
did you guys join this link?
By using the February address.
Say that again?
That was the only one that I was presented with.
I
Where
clicked
did
the
you-
link in the agenda?
I got it from it's on my calendar.
Okay.
You must have
And
sent
it's
a
on
meeting
the
invite.
agenda? Because I'm clicking the link from the agenda and I'm getting a different meeting.
Mhm.
Gack.
The one on the website is correct. If you go to the website and
Thank you.
you'll see the meeting link, that's the one I clicked and I'm here.
Okay. Thanks. Let me go to that and I will send it out to everybody. Why does this happen to me?
This
'Cause
happened
I'm a
last time,
dingbat.
Laura.
Uh, meeting details. Copy link. All right. Oh, Chris, when I copy it and paste it into an email, it doesn't show like a link. It's like a whole line of,
What does it say?
gobbledygook.
Like HTTPS:// Teams
Teams,
blog.
Microsoft Meetup, join
Yep.
19.3 meeting, ZBD,
If people were to just copy that and paste it in their browser, it would go there.
Yeah, shoot. I wish I could just. And everyone else, you found it on the agenda that I sent, correct?
I
The
couldn't
agenda
find it.
is on the website as well. I didn't really look at the agenda close. Let me look. When I go to this meeting agenda, I open that up. I don't see the link on the agenda. Oh, nope, there it is. It's at the top. It says virtual link to virtual meeting. And that, oh, yeah, that's URL encoded. Yee,
Yeah.
it looks
That's the
ugly.
one I used.
Did it work?
You're
Yep, I'm
here.
here.
Okay, there
I
you go.
clicked on the
But
part that says join the meeting now, and I clicked on it, and here I am.
Yep. There you go.
That's
Yeah,
weird
I
because
used the link on the agenda as well.
I click on it and I didn't get there. I went to a different meeting. Nick, you can't open that other link, can you? You don't see it.
Let me see if I can join in the browser.
Let me see.
You see a request to let me in?
Nick, do you have a? I don't. Nick, do you
I
have
don't
the?
have the other meeting open anymore.
I don't think you could do it that way. I don't know.
Well, we've got 13 people here already. Hello, Scott. You're a new person. We're having troubles. I must have messed up a link, or maybe not. I'm not sure.
I think there was two different links in the two emails, the one with the wrong date. I was in a different meeting for that. Like I
Oh,
signed
really?
on at 4:45 and sat there.
I can't get on that link either, Laura. I'll try another one.
And the but the
And then this
corrected.
meeting was the correct dated agenda link, but
Oh.
the link text was a lot smaller in that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're getting there, maybe.
How many more have you found, Laura?
Which, I mean,
People.
you guys are the only, we're all present at this meeting. That's,
Right.
so, and actually 13 of us that, that's, tell you what, I'm just gonna start counting and see where we are. Maybe maybe things are okay. So Bill is here, Leslie's here, Chris is here, Jessica, me, Mark, and Scott. Oh, but you're also for Hubbardton. You Hubbardton's double dutying. Thank you for being present.
Mm.
Are you hearing from people that they can't get in, Laura?
No,
Oh,
nope,
okay.
nothing. But you know, like Larry, he's always right there.
I'm
Larry's
here.
here.
Oh, you are?
Larry's here.
Yeah,
Oh, there you are.
but
Yep.
but I'm online and let's see what it does.
Oh, and there's Fallon. Hi, Fallon.
Okay, it says someone will let you in when the
Hello.
meeting starts, but it's not letting me in. But that's
But
okay. I'm on the phone.
You are on the screen though, too.
The
Yeah.
Trumpy haters.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I know we don't get members of the public
And-
attending very often, but we definitely should fix this so that
Yes, no
we're not
kidding.
accused of denying access to the public.
Yeah. And John Sebastian, fella, you are here? Awesome, thanks. Thank you.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So, so we are missing a few people, but nobody is, I just sent out an email asking people to call me. My phone's, always there. I'm beginning to think that whoever has not shown up is just not showing up because they're not showing up. So we could go ahead. Yeah, no, absolutely, we need to fix it, Leslie, for sure. I'm so sorry, especially for our new members. And John Sebastian, how did you join from the meeting agenda that was emailed?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And it was the second one that I was corrected.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm not so worried because actually what I was joining from was, I think, an old meeting agenda because I write notes on an agenda and I use it for helping myself get through the meeting. Okay. Well, welcome everybody. We do have a quorum. Okay. All right, that sounds okay. And wait a minute. I'm afraid that I might have two meetings open. No, okay. Sorry, I was hearing the sound redoubling. Nick, can you tell when new people join?
Yeah, I can keep an eye on the participant list.
Can you just interrupt and let me know if somebody else
Sure.
joins? Okay. All right. So welcome to, this is the annual meeting of the Otter Creek Communication Union District. And it will have a governing board annual meeting We have nominations and elections to carry out for voting for officers. We are going to make a little change to our bylaws, and then it will follow immediately by an executive committee meeting agenda so that we can appoint a treasurer. So we have confirmed a quorum. I'm going to go through, because we do have some new members, to briefly introduce ourselves. And I'm just going to go through my list. You can raise your hand so new people know who you are. So I'm Laura Black, I'm the chair. Larry Corsell is the vice chair from Mendon. I'll just go down the list. We have a new member, John Sebastian Valois from representing Benson. Welcome. Bill Moore is here representing Brandon today. Leslie Cadwell is here representing Castleton. Chris Custer is here representing Hubbardton. Jessica Van Oort is here representing Pollitt. Mark Teeter is here representing Pulteney. And that's everyone online. Our host is Nick Stark from Rutland Regional Planning Commission. This meeting is held in a physical location in Rutland. And Fallon Woods is here from Vantage Point Solutions. She is our project manager, I will call. And we have also Scott Carlson, who's the alternate for Hubbardton, also joining us. So thank you, everybody. Okay, the recording, Nick, has started. Thank you. And yeah, you're running the AI. So I'm just following my agenda. Call to order. Yes, we have called to order. We can call it 5:13 now. Approval of agenda. I do have two changes to make to the agenda. One is to move, I just wrote it poorly in the agenda. I want to have the bylaws, approving the bylaws put to item 5. And then I also had forgotten to put in approve the meeting minutes from our last meeting, which was February 18th. So I penciled that in, and number 11 after public comment. So with those changes, may I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I would make a motion to approve
Thank
the
you.
current agenda.
Thank you, Mark. Is there a second?
Second, Larry.
Wow, Larry, you got your name in there, but I heard a lot of voices. All in favor to approve the agenda, please say aye. Raise your hand. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I'm going to do some presentation. I wanted to give you a quick update on our members. Share. This is allowing me, yep, share window. Where's the window that I want? I see everything but the actual window I'm looking for. Well, maybe it's this one. No. That is not what I wanted to see. Hold on. Boy, I'm lousy tonight, aren't I? Oh, there it is. I don't know why it didn't show the first time. So this is our current list of members, as well as of member towns. You can see the list. We do have some alternates, a few new people, a few new faces. So some new people from Pittsford that have not come tonight. And the alternate for Benson is also a new person, but he's not here tonight. What is of import is that 2 towns have withdrawn as members. So now Rutland City and Goshen are also non-member district towns. So what it does mean is that our quorum for our governing board is only 7 people, which makes things easier, as you all know. Okay, moving on to the bylaws. Along with the having less people, why doesn't this show up? I decided, or I asked, or I suggested that our bylaws be changed so that our executive board be reduced to 5 members, down from 7. So I sent you that ahead of time, and I'm trying to find it so I can adjust. Here it is. I would like to present that and ask if you would adopt it. Here it is. Okay, if you can all see that. I have changed the date to be adopted today, 5/20/2026. And if I scroll down, the changes are to change the executive committee from, what did I say? I said 7, from 5 members to 3 members. Oh, no, from plus 5. Sorry, from 7 to 5. So I'm reading this poorly. So that means we'll have a chair, a vice chair, plus 3 non-officers at-large members. That's the only changes I've made, or I'm proposing to make to the bylaws. We did discuss this in executive committee, and that the idea was favorable with the executive committee. So with that, is there any discussion, or may I have a motion to consider to change the bylaws as proposed?
So moved.
Thank you, Leslie. Is there a second, Mark? Thank you. All in favor to change the bylaws to 5 members for an executive committee, please say aye.
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 Thank you. Any nays?
Aye, yeah. Nope, nobody opposed.
Okay. All right, very good. Okay, now we can carry out our nominations and voting for our chair, vice chair positions. Clerk, let me describe. I've been acting as the clerk, and I propose that we just continue that process. I'm happy if anyone else wants to be chair, but I would accept a nomination. So these, I guess I'll do them one at a time. Are there nominations for chair?
I nominate Laura for chair.
I second
Thank
that.
you, Leslie.
I could second.
Thank you. Chris? All in favor of the nomination of Laura Black for chair, please say aye.
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 Okay, thank you. I propose that we do the 3 nominations for the officers, and then we elect in a single slate. If you want to do that. So nomination for vice chair? I will nominate Larry Corsell. Was there a second?
I'll second.
that.
Oop. I'll let Mark second.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Leslie. All in favor to nominate Larry as vice chair, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
I didn't ask if anyone has another nomination because I think we're pretty silent. So speak up if there's a second nomination.
Hey, Laura,
Yes.
we do have a 13th person who joined. I'm not sure
Wonderful.
who it was though.
Wonderful. Okay. It's Tom Meyer. Hi, Tom.
Tom was the last one to join. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Wonderful. Glad to have you, Tom. Tom represents Sudbury. Tom, we're in the middle of nominations, so. Okay,
Yep, no, I've been,
can I have a nomination for clerk? It's
I'll
required by
nominate-
statute, so.
I'll nominate Laura Black for clerk. Larry.
Thank you, Larry. Is there a second?
Second it, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. All in favor of nominating Laura Black for clerk, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Okay, nominations for, so now to elect the chair, Laura Black as chair, Larry Corsell as vice chair, Laura Black as clerk, acting clerk, to elect these three officers. I'm not sure how I have to do it by rules. I think we can just vote on it. All in favor of those nominations to be elected, please say aye.
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 Hi.
Very good. All right, moving on. I know this is tedious. Luckily, we only have to do this once a year. Okay, nominations for our executive committee, and let's see, we really only have we have a one-year term that is open, and I would nominate Peter Werner, who has previously accepted the nomination. And the other position is vacant. We have some thoughts on that. So, yes, so I would nominate Peter Werner for the one-year term. Is there a second?
Second that. Yeah, second it.
Thank you, Mark. And I'll open the floor. Is there anyone who would like to step in and join as an executive committee member? Alternates can be executive committee members if they like. And hearing the silence, the pin dropping silence, I have discussed this with our wonderful member and founding member, Bill Moore, to ask if Bill would fill this position until there's somebody else who might like to step up. And Bill has graciously offered to fill this position. Thank you, Bill.
Begrudgingly, I prefer that.
Begrudgingly, not
Let the minutes
graciously. Really, we do have a very solid core. So, yeah, I'll just put it that way. So, hearing no other nominations, I hereby nominate Bill Moore to fill
I'll
the
second.
last vacant spot. Thank you, Leslie, for a second. All in favor of the nomination of Bill Moore for it's actually a 3-year term, but don't worry, we'll get you off it.
I think we need to vote Peter too. We didn't take a vote on Peter yet.
Oh,
Why don't
this
we do
was
those?
just to accept the nomination. Oh, we didn't do a
Oh.
vote to accept the nomination for Peter?
Correct.
Okay. Step back. All in favor to accept the nomination for Peter Werner
Aye.
for executive
Aye.
committee? Aye, thank you. All in favor to accept the nomination for Bill Moore for executive committee?
Aye.
Please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. Awesome. Lastly, and Chris, you're still on for another year, so.
Correct.
Hereby, I would like to hold a vote for the two nominated persons for the executive committee of Peter Werner from Brandon and Bill Moore also from Brandon to elect those executive committee members would you please acknowledge by saying aye or raise your hand?
Hi.
Okay.
I thought we
Aye.
just did that.
That was the nomination. This is the election.
The election,
Okay.
two-step process.
Oh, okay. Can we be done with this? Awesome. Very good. Okay, moving on. I just put a note in here. We had two members who are long-term members who retired. Mike Small from Sudbury has been on the board for years and years, was instrumental in putting the contract together with our partner provider, really put a lot of energy and time into the Otter Creek Communication District, and I really thank him for his service. You know, as all of you, it's a service to do this stuff. And Mike was really there. And then Steve Murray also stepped down from representing Benson. He was there for a number of years, and at the tail end of contracts, I believe. So through the construction, certainly, he was really a valuable member. Great to have had them on board, and I just want to thank them. Okay, especially for new members, I'm going on to item 9, which is probably, which is 9 now. Review of NDAs, so non-disclosure agreements. These are very minor, and now that our construction is complete, it's sort of a non-issue. These were non-disclosure agreements about not sharing our contractual information with the public. Although the other item that we share in these meetings are reports on performance of our partner providers, and those are also confidential. Some of those, so those are important to remember. That we do for our Otter Creek Communication Union District responsibilities. We drafted a document some time ago. I could go over that. It essentially, here it is. Tell you what, I'll present it. We can just review it really briefly. Okay, and I've made some I've drafted some amendments to this because they've changed a little bit. So we have had reporting duties after closing our construction. Those have occurred, they're done. That's why I've redlined them out of our previously drafted document. Leslie was very helpful in drafting this. I'll recognize her. Our subrecipient annual report, we have to do that. Those are really financial kind of reports. Fallon Woods at Vantage Point has been helpful in getting those completed. So subrecipient annual report and our financial audit, some of these are required by statute. And let's see, single audit. We will not have to do another single audit. Our audit this year was not a single audit. An annual report is due to the legislative bodies by statute. I usually draft those and submit them. Usually I've often missed the date by a week or two, but they're due, October, sometime near end of October. There's a new law bill in Vermont that is reporting telecom property as a financial asset in each municipality. Luckily, our Fidium puts that together for us. They give us a spreadsheet, but me or somebody else actually has to go on the state website and just get the information in. It's not really a big deal. It's just a little task. Audits. Okay, annual audit is in there by statute. Yes, Leslie. Question.
What about the property for GoNet speed? Or the GoNet speed infrastructure?
I think what actually occurred there. I think I have to say good question.
Thanks.
You know, my memory has gotten pretty bad, like possibly. No, I don't think I contacted them.
So
So
it sounds like something that we need to follow up on, right?
I know. I may have contacted them. You know, it's weird because they weren't financed through us. They're not a part of our grant, but they are kind of part of our CUD. Let me check on that and I will get back to you all because I don't remember where that stood.
Thanks. I just want to make sure we're compliant.
Yeah, exactly.
They may have done it themselves. If they have property, somebody's got to do it, right? So
yeah,
that just seems missing on here.
Exactly may have happened. I'm drawing a blank. So moving on, yes, audits are in the statute. Actually, Otter Creek didn't do them for a while, I think. Single audit we don't have to do. I noticed this, that audit results and financial statements are supposed to be provided to the legislative bodies of each district member within 10 days of receipt by the Otter Creek Governing Board. Leslie, you must have found that in statute. Hasn't occurred, didn't occur last year either. So audit results, financial statements, yeah. So we're in default, I suppose, of that. I'll check in on it. I have presented it, though, as of today, or as of when I sent you the audit, or I've presented it to the board members, but that isn't really the legislative bodies.
No, I think you just have to have that audit report emailed to each of the towns.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. Okay, moving on. A budget has to be developed on December 15th. This goes with the annual report. I send a budget out as well. Record of retention, this says 5 years. Really, but our next one is, I don't know, what I consider our main responsibility is monitoring our contract partner compliance. So quarterly, both Fidium and GoNet Speed provide their report on their Net Promoter Score and their speed and latency tests. And we'll go over those later. What is this? Annual report. Yeah, consolidated gives us an annual report. I believe they give us one every quarter, actually. So that kind of covers it. And then our sustainability plan, which we are in the midst, we are carrying out. So, and then I just have in our regular ongoing operations is holding our meetings, reviewing financial records with Rutland Regional Planning Commission. And we always want to assist customers in the district with any challenges they have to getting their broadband service. Okay, moving on. I'll try and keep moving. So I don't know why I just listed here the bylaws. We do have financial procedures and other resources. Oh, I know. I just wanted to say to new members, you do have access. I might have to You should have access. I'm not always sure how the Google works, but we have a drive where we have a members shared folder, and you can find our financial procedures, you can find other resources in there. Definitely, please contact me if you want to know more about the Otter Creek Communication Union District, or you want you want access that you're not finding. Okay, moving on to public comment. I don't see any members of the public here, so I will move on. I've added this to our agenda, and it should always be there. We never have members of the public, but we should have that as an item. Okay, chair report. So our interlocal agreement, this one is important. So as some of you know, new people maybe not so much, we have Otter Creek has joined with Lamoille, FiberNet, and Southern Vermont CUDs because we have the same structure in that our partner provider is Fidium, and we have put together a means to sustain our CUD because our CUD does not have any revenue. So we will be funded by Fidium for the upcoming years. And we are now meeting regularly with we three CUDs to figure out, one, reducing our monthly expenses, to share services, and so on, so that we can continue to exist. We need to continue to exist through, I think it's 2034, which is the federal interest period relating to our grant funding. So our interlocal agreement has been drafted and is ready to be adopted by you all, the governing board. So all I need to do is pull it up. Here it is. Okay, I'm getting a little better here. Let me hit share. Can show it. Okay, so this is our interlocal agreement. We have a name. If you see I don't know if you can see my cursor. It's the SOLCUD Association. So Southern Vermont, Otter Creek, Lamoille CUD Association. So we'll be known as our SCA, I suppose. I hope that you have reviewed this yourselves. I didn't really want to read through it just to keep our meeting not to run too terribly long. The executive committee did review this, and it was approved. Well, they don't have the ability to approve it, but the executive committee felt that it was well put together and didn't need any changes. But if anybody has any now, this is the time to speak. So yes, the SCA is formed to assist the parties in administrative and operational functions. I want to be clear, and the text does describe it. The CUDs are each going to remain independent communication union district. This is only an association between the three. So we each will have our own, continue our own requirements, that we just went over with the previous document describing our requirements. So all our rules, all our statutory requirements do not go away. We are still going to be an Otter Creek Communication Union District. This is really to support the three of us. It's to fund the three of us. We haven't exactly worked out how we're going to do the finances. Will we have 3 separate bank accounts or one bank account that our funding is going to come into? And this document leaves that open and just describes that we are going to figure that out. We still, by statute, we each have to have a treasurer, so we'll work out how that will work. It'd be nice if we could share one, but we're not quite sure how that'll work. We may share responsibilities for reporting, but we'll each have to report. Grant applications. Party, we could withdraw, but there's a withdrawal clause, and that's about it. So I am looking for a motion to approve this interlocal agreement and allow me to sign it.
This is Larry. I'll make a motion to approve the interlocal agreement for the establishment of a communication union district joint action association.
Thank you, Larry.
I'll second.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
All in favor to approve this interlocal agreement, please say aye.
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 Thank you. Were there any nays? It's just quiet here. I know one person left their seat. Okay, sounds good. Moving on. We have an audit that has been drafted. Hold on, let me close that and open the audit. And I'm going to ask for your approval for the audit. Mostly, we already had it done, but if there are any changes you see that should be made and so on, now's the time to speak. And the best thing about this audit is there were no findings. So just for a little history of its review, when it came out, I reviewed it, Larry and I, Fallon Woods, and our bookkeeper, Charlene Seward at Seward Associates, did meet and go over it and just ask questions, especially about the journal entries. Sometimes I can't figure out, I'm not a financial person. I don't see where the numbers lie, but Charlene was very helpful in seeing those. So we were happy with the audit. I had a couple items that just needed to be changed, which if you took a quick review, you would see. Where is it? I have this one where she just has the old treasurer's name in here. So this is about requests for additional financial information. I'd actually kind of rather that if someone's asking question that they just go to the chair of Otter Creek, and then if I need to go to our treasurer or to our bookkeeper, I can make that decision. So frankly, for this item, this is kind of minor stuff, I'd like it to them to contact me, the chair. It's my proposal. They had the zip code wrong because I had the zip code wrong for a long time. And I had one other little change. What was it? Oh, this is the description of the district where it says the district will not operate or own the district. Available. The district will not operate or own the network, but we do own parts of the fiber network. So I was just going to ask her to change the language to say or own all parts of the network. I don't know. just to keep it truthful. Those were the only changes that I had on this. Oh, sorry. I do have one more. Budget in accordance with the district's financial policies and procedures, budget preparation is the responsibility of the treasurer and executive director. We don't have an executive director, so it should say the chair and the vice chair with input from the executive committee. So I'll make that change as well. Let me scroll through. Maybe I've forgotten it. It's something else that I needed to change. That's the end. Yeah, their findings of our internal control were fine, which is better than last year. So that was good. I think we've tightened up our financial procedures because there were findings last year, and this year they have none. They're happy with it. So I'd entertain a motion to approve this so I can get these changes off to the auditor and have our audit finalized.
I'll make a motion to approve the audit for year ended December 31st, 2025.
Thank you, Larry. Second?
Second. Okay.
Thank you, Chris. All in favor of the motion? Approve the
Aye.
audit?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
All right. Beautiful. We're moving along. Reducing operating costs. This has been, we've had a few items on the list. The one that I'd like to move ahead with is changing our website host. So I have another website host that is just much less expensive than what we're using now. I really enjoyed working with our current website host, and they did the design and setup of our current website. I've shown it to the person I'd like to move on to, and he said, yeah, looks great, looks, easy to maintain. It's I've forgotten the name, Chris. What's the it's a WordPress. It's a WordPress, if you know
it's a
website.
WordPress site.
Yeah. So it's very standard, and Chris operates it, manages it. Thank you, Chris, for us.
Yep.
And our host will be, I'm proposing to move to, I can't think of his name right now. It's John Geach. I can never say his last name. JEG Design. He's pretty much a one-man show in Rutland. He maintains a lot of municipal websites. So, and he's very inexpensive, and he's readily available all the time. So he took a look at it and he said, yeah, he'd be glad to. So his price is usually around, I should have the proposal to you guys. I didn't do that. And I want to go ahead. How can I do this? I know that he charges our town just like $800 a year, which we're paying now $300 a month. Just seeing if I can find an example of his proposal. That is really unfair for me to ask you guys. But, well, I could ask you this. If you would approve of me making that change to a website host with the understanding that it will be at a substantially lower cost.
We can make a motion with a cost not to exceed what you just said, 800 a year.
That's true. That's a good idea. John, let me get your name again. I have to look on my John Sebastian.
Yep.
There it is. Yeah, John Sebastian. Thanks, John. John Sebastian. Okay, I can go for that. Are you making that motion, John Sebastian?
Certainly. I'll make a motion that we change our network maintainer to a
website. yeah,
with a revised cost not to exceed $800 per year.
thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Chris. All in favor to allow me to go ahead to change the website host for not to exceed $800 a year?
Aye.
Please
Aye.
say aye.
Aye.
Awesome. Okay. Very good. You know what, you guys, you let me skip the approval of meeting minutes, which I can't blame you for because it was an add on to the agenda and I skipped it myself. May I go back to approving the meeting minutes, which I sent to you, and I can. So these are the meeting minutes of February 18th. I can present them if need be. Hopefully you have reviewed them. Here they are. So these are the meeting minutes from February 18th, 2026. I'm looking for a motion to approve the meeting minutes of February 18th, 2026.
I'll make that motion.
Changes. Thank you, Chris. Second.
Second, Larry.
Thank you, Larry. All in favor to approve the meeting minutes of February 18th, 2026, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Thank you. Okay. Moving on. Back to into my chair report. Grant status. So, as you know, our construction grant is closed. We are continuing with our pre-construction grant. Our pre-construction grant actually closes on September 30th, 2026. I thought that we had a bank balance that was free money that we were able to use, but I finally found that that bank balance consists of grant advances from two different grants. And when I spoke to the Vermont Community Broadband Board, although I'm not sure they seem to have a record of the grant funding, I'm sure it exists somewhere at the state level. They told me that they expect me or Otter Creek, to spend down those grants before we ask for any more money on our pre-construction grant. So that's what we've been doing, and we have spent it down already somewhat, kind of substantially. But it does mean that after September 30th, we have no funding. So Otter Creek, and this is true for the other CUDs as well. So, or at least the ones that are in our position. So Lamoille and Southern Vermont have the same situation. We have gone to Vermont Community Broadband Board and asked them what they expect us to do, because initially in our board approval, that pre-construction grant was for all the way through 2026. So they have told us kind of verbally and in an email that they do intend to find some money and issue a grant. They have not done that yet, but we're expecting that to occur. So that's just an FYI. Okay, and that's all on that. Financials. Got a quarterly report. Oop, I did not get this ready for me. Hold on. And warrants. So for new folks, our warrants get approved monthly, and it's usually just our operating expenses. So it's our website host, our bookkeeping, etc. Any charges with our legal counsel, any charges from with Vantage Point, and our service costs with Rutland Regional Planning Commission are all included there. So, oh, hold on, oh no, that's the wrong one. Hold a moment. I do need to find this. I forgot to prepare this. I mean, I have a quarterly report prepared. I just hadn't had it pulled up yet. So, annual meeting, and put it there. It is 7. Boy, it was a while that I put it together. Let me make sure this is the one. Balance. Nope, it's not. Hold on one sec. Oh dear. Sorry, y'all. Here it is. Is it? Yes. All right. Let me download it. Get it open for you. Okay. All righty. Apologize once again. Someone else want to be chair? All right. So I've been
Too late.
I've been putting together a financial report for us, for a quarterly summary, to keep us in the know. So, especially for new people, here's our pre-construction grant. Was a huge amount of money for what we would ever need, but there it was. It was 1,700,000 through 2024. Sorry, these numbers are just here. We used up $351,000, almost $2. In calendar year 2025, we used almost $87,000, and in 2026, we used almost $12,000. You can see we're really reducing. So as of April 30th, our pre-construction grant funds available still are over $1 million, which we'll never use. And this is the point where at this we were asked to use up our bank balance. That's what I just said in the next note here. And we won't submit a payment request. So although we had a bank balance at the beginning of the year around $45,000, we have spent it down. So as of 4/30, we're at about $24,444.60. And our treasurer pulled this information. Let's see, these are pay request reimbursements from the state of Vermont. So those numbers did agree. Let me show you the check register, which shows our bank balance at that $24,444. So all of these, for folks that don't know, Permer Piper is our legal counsel. State of Vermont, that is providing us our grant money. Seward and Associate is our bookkeeper. Google is our emails and so on. Vantage Point, helps us with reports and so on. R.C. Brayshaw is our current website host. Rutland Regional Planning Commission hosts our meetings and does treasury services for us. And that's kind of the same folks over and over. Batchelder is our auditor. This is our audit cost, $13,500. I think there'll be another couple thousand just to finalize it. And let's see what this is. The treasurer put this in here. Oh, and she's just reconciling the balances, by date. And again, the reconciled balance at the end is $24,444. That's just our bank statement. So, any questions or desire for more information? And warrants. Let me see if I can just go through, rather than present them to you and take that time. We had two warrants, number 33 and 34. They consisted of all of the expenses that you just saw, the large expense being for the audit. And yeah, well, I can present warrants they were approved by the executive committee. Yes, in the executive committee, warrants 33 and 34 were approved. Any questions on the warrants? Anyone have a need to see the warrants? I don't have them right on hand, I believe. I didn't prepare that, so I actually have one. Here's 34. I can present that. And then I'll find 33. So here's what our warrant looks like. This was warrant 34, giving them to you out of order. It was only for $2,764.88. You can see it's Google, accounting services with Seward's, Vantage Point, and R.C. Brayshaw for our website services. We'll stop sharing on that. Get rid of that one. I'm going to keep going and skip and not show you warrant 33 unless you want to. It's just a matter of me finding it. I didn't have it exactly prepared. I apologize. But speak up if you want to see it. Frankly, it's not a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal. Okay, moving on to keep us rolling. Is just to give a report on the SEA committee. So other than putting together the interlocal agreement, we meet on the first and third Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Anyone who would like to join that is welcome to. Just shoot me an email, let me know. Recently, we've discussed the need for future financial planning, including VACUDA dues. For new folks, VACUDA dues have been $10,000 a year, so we can still pay them out of our grant this year, and then after that, we won't have that kind of funds to pay those. So it's a discussion on exactly what we'll do. And the only other thing is that the Vermont Community Broadband Board has asked for a report. So we'll put together a report between the three of us, between the SEA. Moving on, Fidium. quarterly report, and then GoNet Speed quarterly report. Hold on, I do have these set up and ready. I did have them. What did I do with them now? Ready to go. Here we are. Okay, I will show you. Uh, um, all right, I'm going to show you, let's see, which was first. Fidium is first. Okay, let me show you their speed test. This is the report that we received from them. Thing big, let me get the view larger so we can see it. So they generate this regularly. So this is speed and latency testing. Total tests conducted, 2,899. Percentage that meet the 80% of customer speed, percentage of latency tests below 100 milliseconds, 100%. So very good test results in everyone's opinion. Nationally, that is good test results. I will stop sharing. Just speak up if any questions. The other information they give us is the NPS, Net Promoter Score. This one I don't like to share on screen because it is confidential and our meetings are recorded. What I can tell you verbally is that for Q1, they had really a very good score. Out of their 78 responses, 57 were in the promoter category. So it's a very high industry average, is pretty much what I can say or what I can share. And that is, I guess that's all I can say. Yeah, companies are very, they really protect those scores from being publicized. Okay, quarterly reports. Hey, we are coming down to the end. We're doing good. It's only 6:09. So VACUDA, this is the Vermont CUD Association report. So I'm actually the vice chair at this time. Not sure that I'll stay on. The reason being, mostly they needed someone to fill the position so they can hold the meetings. And we've wanted to have a CUD that is one of the Fidium CUDs on VACUDA, but I'm not sure that will hold true going forward. VACUDA is, I think it's really instrumental. This is for new folks. Really instrumental in working with the legislators, which are on the VCBB board. Well, mostly with policies, developing policies for the CUD, which I suppose can move into law. And yeah, and standing up for the CUDs when issues come up. I would say the other CUDs, the non-Fidium type CUDs, have, I guess, more issues going on because of their structure. I'm not describing this very well, but let me read from my notes from the executive committee. So there's currently a policy being drafted by VCBB about grant recoupment and transfer of ownership during the grant terms. Our grants are over, even our pre-construction grant is over, as you heard, in September, so it won't really apply to us, although some of the language, possibly could in the future. It does apply to other CUDs, and it will probably apply through their BEAD funding grants. So it is important for the other CUDs. But yeah, that's all that's going on in Vacuda right now. Larry, you described that the board discussed potential extensions for ARPA, the federal level. I can't believe there'd be any further funding, but might provide additional time for certain organizations to complete projects. There was some discussion in Vacuda about the Build America, Buy American requirements. Again, this doesn't really apply to us. Regarding, purchases of fiber optic cable. And let's see. That's about all I would report on them. So I'll move on to the VCBB, Vermont Community Broadband report. Again, I would just say I have not been attending the VCBB meetings. If anybody would like to and want to report, and go, please be my guest. They meet on Mondays for 4 hours. Well, once a month. Just again, that we need to issue a report to the VCBB. The board has asked for a report on our SCA, on our group CUD association. And that policy is currently being drafted on grant recoupment and transfer of ownership. Okay. In my opinion, I have made it to the end of this meeting. And I congratulate you for hanging in there. Yes, John Sebastian.
I thought you were going to present the GoNet speed data. I haven't seen that.
You're right. Thank you. Let me go back. I jumped over. I'm so anxious. I get a little anxious on this. So yeah, let's see. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think I crossed out. Yes, I redacted their NPS score. Thank you, John Sebastian. I know someone's listening and following. Okay, here's GoNet Speed. What I get from GoNet Speed is in an email, and then we meet in person over Zoom. I meet with the representative there. Same with GoNet Speed. So with Vidium, we meet once a month. No, we meet once a quarter now. Anyway, the one issue that GoNet Speed is that their tests are not going to be specific to our CUD. They're more general to Vermont. So GoNet Speed has a presence in Vermont, both in our CUD and for Maple Broadband CUD. They're also in their area. Their other areas for service are in Maine. I think their larger customer group is in Maine. But anyway, they had very good test reports. Is the latency, 100,000 latency test number, this number is completed successfully. So they all were good except for one out of 38,000. So that sounded good. Speed was very good, and we've had some local descriptions. Thank you, Chris, of high satisfaction for the speed that is provided.
Yes,
So
I'm ecstatic. I love my speed.
loves his fiber. Poor Chris, you had just DSL, I think, before finally you got fiber. So
I did. I went from 10 meg DSL to full gig fiber. I mean, it's like nuts.
wow, you're the best advertisement for this whole broadband project.
We have, the funny thing is, I've got relatives that live down in Massachusetts in populated areas that don't have my service because they have cable, and they wouldn't bring fiber in there because and I'm like, they were like mad. They're like, how did you get fiber out in the middle of nowhere and we can't even get it here? And I was just laughing. I said, well, that's just the way it is.
Yeah. Well, that's true here too, because if customers were served with cable, that speed, which was maximum 100 over 20, was considered served.
Yep.
So they did not get funding to have their areas served.
That's what I
think
told
it's
them. I
kind of
said,
small pockets now,
unfortunately,
but-
the grants didn't go out to that because you're already served, and that's just the way it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we do have, it was an advantage because I've had cable at my house since I moved here in 2007, and Fidium, because Fidium is in the area, you know, they built fiber, and I now have a fiber connection. So it did benefit folks, even that already had a service. It just wasn't grant funded.
They probably had a business case to build it in your area because you probably live in an area where you have people that'll buy it. So
exactly.
That's true too. Right. And a lot of customers were benefited when Fidium had to serve customers that were beyond you. You may have had cable, but there may have been a customer, for example, further down the road that did not, and cable was not serving them. And so our grant funded getting to that customer that was further down the road. And in that process, that made all of the customers that they had to run by, those customers also had access to fiber. I don't know if that's the case, exactly where you live, Leslie, but that is the case for many, many customers. We have a whole road in Clarendon who's not even a member of our CUD that got access to fiber because they had to run through this road in Clarendon, the East Road, to get to, I'm not kidding, 2 customers in Shrewsbury that they could only access by going all the way down that road to provide service to those 2 customers who I'm not even sure they ordered service. But everyone in Clarendon got access to fiber that way. Hey, whatever works. Okay, so I didn't really go through these, but you heard the description. You can see what is there for the fiber speed and NPS. This is the NPS score for Q1, and I deleted it. It's a nice high score, and you can see there's 9 total survey responses and 7 promoters. That's very good. Here's a little description of what the NPS score is. Because NPS measures how likely customers are to recommend the service. I think that's true in many industries.
It's true.
Okay, stop sharing. And what's next? Okay, what else did I forget? Thank you, everyone, for being present. As you know, it's just really important to get to these meetings, make sure we have a quorum. And we only need to meet once a quarter. Hey, maybe next year we'll only meet twice. We have, there's only the few statutory things we have to accomplish. And our executive committee does a little bit more of checking up or approving the financial things. Larry and I meet with Fidium and GoNet Speed quarterly, so that gets done. And Larry and I meet with now the interlocal group, our SCA. So we're getting that getting that accomplished. We'll probably meet less often, very soon as well. So I think that's it. Thank you for approving all of the items that we needed to get approved. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all at the next meeting, August 19th, 2026. Same time, same place. Oh, wait, I'll get that link done. Nick, help. I'll come in one day and we can definitely get that fixed. So maybe it never happens again. Actually, this turned out well in spite of my error. Oh, I'm not done, am I? Everyone can stay. I'm going to close the governing board meeting. I'll adjourn it. And executive committee meeting needs to stay on. We just have to appoint our treasurer. So thank you. I'll hereby adjourn. Thank you, Leslie. I'll hereby adjourn the governing board meeting. I'm not closing the link. You're welcome to stay and don't have to. So governing board meeting is hereby adjourned at 6:22. Okay, executive committee.
Laura, do you need me to stop recording?
No.
No, okay.
You can keep it running.
Okay.
Can we do that editing? Yeah, why don't we stop recording?
Okay, let me see if I can do that.
And the executive doesn't have to be recorded.
Okay.
At all. Hey,
Okay,
where's
that's
Bill?
been